Hi and welcome to this tutorial on how to paint Angelica Silvestris in acrylic. I've got here on my palette, I've got a few old colours, but I've got some white, some yellow and some blue, and the blue I've got is a cyan colour. You can use other blues, but you need to mix a green. So, and I'm going to use, I've mixed a little bit here. I've just mixed a little bit of yellow. Take a bit of yellow. Add a tiny touch of blue and a bit of white. And that will give you a nice pale green colour. Add a bit of water if you think it needs it to work with. Mix it well. Make sure that all the paint is off your brush and that it's mixed in really well. Okay, and that is going to give us our green that we need for the stem. I've got a piece of acrylic paper here and we're just going to paint. I've not done any drawing because I'd like you to have a go at just painting directly. So you're almost drawing and painting with your brush at the same time. So use your brush like a pencil and make the stem a bit thicker at the bottom than it is at the top, and the way you do that is by pressing down more with your, I start with the tip here so you get a thin, and then as it comes down I press harder, and that gives me the thickness that you need for the mark that creates the bottom of the stem. Okay. You can do multiple stems. You can also add a little bit more white into your paint so you get a really pale green, and you can choose which side of the stem is lighter than the other, and you can just put a mark down the stem like that just to give it a highlight. And aspects of the Angelica do have sort of pale pinks and pale purples. So if you've got any purple, and if you haven't got any purple, then you can mix red with a little bit of blue. So I've just got a bit of red here to create a purple. This is just, this is magenta with a bit of blue, which I've already got here. I've got a clean brush. And I'm just going to mix a purple. So you can see that's gone purple already. You'll get different purples with different blues and different reds. So experiment until you find the purple that's good for you. Okay, so if you wanted to put a little bit of purple on this stem, I would add a little bit more water into it just to water it down a little. And then again, you can run it down one side and it will create a shadow for your stem. And if you use a dry brush technique, you'll get these lines. Can you see how that happened? Because my brush is not very wet, it leaves behind lines of colour. Okay, so that's your stem. With the flower head, we're just going to use white, but for this, we're going to use a cotton bud. Now, I've got some organic cotton buds here. They're not plastic, so if you can get hold of them, please use them. They're completely recyclable. You can put them in your compost heap. They're made out of little bits of wood and cotton, organic cotton. So try and use those if you can. Otherwise, find something else to use. And we're just going to use the white paint in dots with the edge of the cotton bud. So I'm going to start by just putting in some white like this. So this is a really easy way of creating those little umbels, as they call them, great word, umbels of flowers. So they're like little circular patches of flower. So keep building up the circles like this. It gives you a lovely texture because there's sort of lumps of paint left behind which help with the texture of the flower head, the umbel texture. There's lots and lots of plants that look like this. So please be careful when you're looking at them and handling them, because the different plants, some are poisonous and some are not good for your skin. So just be careful that you're identifying and using the right plant. So we'll have one umbel over there, we'll have another little one down here, and I'm just going to keep going like that. So I'm going to put it on, and for the leaves I will use the same colours as I did for the stem. So I'm now going to put it on time lapse so you can see it build up. Okay, so there we have it, the finished Angelica sylvestris. I hope you enjoy it. I really enjoy using these cotton buds. I use them for all sorts of different things. They're really good for poppies in fields, little daisies, all sorts of stuff. So experiment with non-painting tools every now and again. It's surprising what you can come up with. And I only used here white, a little bit of cadmium red, a little bit of cyan blue, and some yellow. So that's the only colours I've used to create this little piece of art. I hope you enjoy it. The flowers come June to September. They go quite tall, 2.5 metres. They wide range of habitats, and they're very essential to pollinators. Just be careful, like I said, when picking them. Make sure you identify the plant properly, because they do look very similar to a lot of other plants that have are poisonous and cause rashes. Apparently the juice of this can cause a skin rash if you're very sensitive, so be careful. Okay, identify properly before use. Okay, see you next time. Bye for now.